for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out of our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all. And that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed. But that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tori? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. Hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Big up to you both. Thank you so much. Tori, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tori? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Wavy boy, go crazy.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue, and I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? We got another powerful show for you today. So I'm gonna need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Salute. Thank y'all for joining me this Wednesday, March 4th, 2026. Who we got in the chat? Let me see. We got S.E. Kawanda in the chat. Cyber King Mike is in the chat. Sincere Runny Ray Real. Jeff Mo the Elephant in the chat.
Sada Baby, I see you in the chat. Kawanda, hey, look, I'm going to tell you right now. There's a lot going on. We're going to try to get, I hope we got time to tap on a lot of this that's going on the show today. But let's go to Texas right quick. Let's get in Texas right quick. We got a situation where a lot of people thought Jasmine Crockett could pull it off. But Jasmine Crockett loses the Democratic Senate primary. Let's head down to Texas and see what's going on.
Yeah, so Congresswoman Crockett definitely came into this race with the name recognition, and these two candidates were fairly similar in terms of their policy positions, but they had two very different pitches for voters. Crockett really pitched herself as a fighter, someone who was going to take on Donald Trump and stand for Democrats, whereas State Representative James Tallarico was talking about taking on economic and political systems that are run by billionaires, saying that, yes, he was going to take on Trump, but also that he was pitching himself as sort of this big tent Democrat who would bring in independents, who could bring in disaffected Republicans, whereas Representative Crockett was really focused on bringing in and juicing the Democratic voter turnout. And so two very different strategies there. And we see that Tallarico was the one that ultimately proved successful. But I will also say that it was a very long night last night, and Crockett actually came out and said she did not think that there was going to be a result because there were all of these issues at the polls in Dallas County and also in Williamson County in Austin, near Austin, and there's currently this legal battle going on over whether or not the extra 2 hours of voting that had been granted, if those votes are going to be allowed to be counted at this point. But regardless, based on the numbers, it looks like Tallarico has won it here.
Hey, salute to Tallarico. Jasmine Crockett was definitely a voice for the Democratic Party. Some saw her as a voice. Some saw her as, a hot girl, hot girl Crockett. But I'll say this, she'll always have room to, she probably won't be on the Senate, but they'll find a place for her. I don't think it's over for Jasmine Crockett. She was definitely one of the louder voices in office. Her and a lot of back and forth with the MAGA commentary. But like I said, this Tallarico seemed like he edged her out and is a Democrat. Also kind of spiritual, Andrew. A pastor of some sort. So, hey, we'll see how that turns out as we keep moving forward with everything that's going on with the they say that there was some controversy with the votes, but I think that his vote count probably overcame whatever they thought that the discrepancy was, so they announced him as the winner. And salute to both of them. I'm sure Jasmine Crockett will definitely move into, they're going to do something with her because she definitely can get everybody charged up, or get a lot of people charged up. So they may make her a mascot or something, Hey, it's some money in being a mascot. But I also want to head back home to Milwaukee because this is something that we talked about the other day of the ice out policies that they were trying to pass. I guess in a strange twist, they added something else that kind of like made me go, The Milwaukee Common Council declares sanctuary city status amid ICE concerns. Now we are officially a sanctuary city. Now, we always was like operating just below being called a sanctuary city. We never declared to be a sanctuary city before. We were always operating in that format, but we never kind of claimed it. Now we're claiming Milwaukee is a sanctuary city officially. So we got some audio on this, some video if you're watching as we broadcast live. Milwaukee is now declaring sanctuary city status amid ICE concerns. If you're watching as we broadcast live, we got video. Let's listen. Okay, well, we'll hopefully Andrew can get the video up, get the video playing, but I looked it up. And I tried to see what does it mean if Milwaukee claims to be a sanctuary city. Now there are rules once you claim to be a sanctuary city. I'm going to read to you some things that when I was looking it up, what I found. A sanctuary city is a municipality that limits the cooperation with federal immigration authorities, typically by not inquiring about a person's immigration status or not detaining individuals solely based on their immigration status. That means local police do not enforce federal immigration laws. They focus on community policing, building trust with immigrant communities. No ICE holds. Cities do not honor ICE detainer requests without a warrant. Hold on. This last one, access to service. Undocumented immigrants can access cities' services like health care and education without fear of deportation. That's some of the rules of the sanctuary city. And so I guess we finally made that statement today. How do you feel about that? 833-212-1017. I'll say this. Jose Perez is the Common Council president. He represents largely his constituents on the South Side. And what do you expect him to do? The communities that are mostly affected by these ICE raids or potential ICE raids with undocumented migrants in the communities there, older people are working to protect the people, their constituents. That's what it looked like. That's what this looks like to me. And so what do you think is going to happen? They're going to make sure that they pass laws and try to protect the people in their districts. This is what it looked like, and it looked like some of the aldermen on the north side kind of went along with this because you got to have a huge majority vote to make this go through. But like I said, this is what it looks like to me. And Jose Perez and a lot of the other aldermen on the south side probably kind of made this happen for the complaints and the things and the fear of ICE in their communities and neighborhoods. So in my opinion, when it comes to them being the older people in their communities, this is what their community was asking for, and they got them what they was asking for. Once again, we got that video up that Andrew, he finally got it loaded up. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got the ICE out plan vote. Let's listen.
This is a moment for us, and I say we take that moment to put our constituents and our residents first.
Milwaukee Alderwoman Charlene Moore drawing on her Jamaican roots and taking a stand against ICE operations during a Common Council meeting Tuesday.
As the only immigrant sitting here on this council, the only immigrant sitting here on this council, if we don't take a stand for people right here in the city of Milwaukee, I don't know who else is going to.
Council members voting 14-0, making Milwaukee a sanctuary city, a city that limits cooperation with ICE operations. The other measure that passed, requiring Milwaukee police to take action if ICE agents are violating people's rights while protesting.
I want them to at least say something when ICE is behaving inappropriately, if not up to and including leading to an arrest of an ICE agent.
That measure passing 13-1. Alderman Scott Spiker abstained from voting.
We don't want to create a situation that would endanger both our police officers and the public more generally. We don't want to.
Okay, well, this is something that, we as people in the black community, and we see people fighting for their constituents. And I guess one of the older women said she was from Jamaica. I wonder, did she say that when she was running for office? I wonder, did she state that she was Jamaican when she was actually running for Common Council? I don't know. This is the first time I've heard this from her. So maybe she did say it. I don't know. But now here we go with this situation that I felt that when I saw that the ICE out disagreement with Mark Chambers and Joe Casa and all of that, now we're a sanctuary city now, and we're going to protect migrants who are undocumented right here in the city of Milwaukee. I want to open up the lines and see how y'all feel about it, but I'll say this. They got what they needed to get done for the people they represent, the Southside Aldermen. I know I can come out and say that. So when you're not getting things you want on your side of town, just know that that's a measure of your representation. That's why you got to be careful on who you put in office, because this is an issue with the Southside Aldermen, and they made sure that they put in, we never was considered a sanctuary city all the way, but today, as of today, they have came out and said, hey, Milwaukee is considered a sanctuary city where undocumented migrants can come without fear of being pursued by local law enforcement. And if it's federal law enforcement, they have to have a warrant. And they can have access to education and health care. So, hey, today is something that you need to document, because we have always operated just short of being a sanctuary city until, I guess, today. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in.
And that's Tory Lowe bringing you all the action and all the smoke.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to NBA content creator, Legend of Winning. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the new 101.7 The Truth.
The City Conference Boys Championship game did not disappoint last weekend. In the Gold Division title game, the two-time defending conference champs, the Milwaukee Juneau Pioneers, went toe-to-toe with the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats. This game was a back-and-forth battle, but the Pioneers made the plays down the stretch to pull out a 76-72 win behind a great performance of Gonzaga recruit and junior player Dooney Johnson, who dropped 28 points in the victory. And in the Blue Division, the Golden Meyer Owls did what they have done all year long in conference play, is just win, as they defeated the Audubon Cardinals 87-79 behind a strong performance from their senior guard Caleb Colbert, clinching the Blue Division crown. And lastly, in the White Division, the Bayview Redcats left no doubt cruising past the Vincent Vikings 90-64 to win the White Division Conference tournament.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update.
Life's better with American Family Insurance, because we know you love working weekends, if it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/Versity on King to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Trying to do what's right, what the people need results. Think on Tory Lowe, God, people gon' rise up, time to let the world know. It's the Tory Lowe Show, so you know we about that action. Haters be taking loud, but need about that action. Who ready for the smoke? However you want it, I'm with that. Tory Lowe is on the case, so it's no time to wait. It's no time to wait. To the block, yeah, we yelling north side, going around the clock. Now it's time to pick a side.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, I want to head over to Chicago because there's something happening that we talked about right here on the Tory Lowe Show. And it's been discussed, but now it seems like in Chicago, alderman is taking action. A Chicago alderman proposes holding parents liable for teen criminal actions. I said this was going to happen. And I always thought it was going to be if it was great injury, great bodily harm, or death. But they're saying that they're going to start holding parents liable for teen criminal actions. So that could be stealing. That could be any list of things that your teen is doing while you're the guardian. Hey, this is something that's on the table in Chicago. I want to get this video up, and I want to give my opinion on it after y'all see this audio. Hey, look, if you're watching this, we broadcast live. Let's listen.
Be the first to say that I do not want to criminalize parenting. What I want to do is wake parents up.
Alderman Ray Lopez introducing a new ordinance in the Public Safety Committee today that could hold parents liable for the criminal actions of their children.
Previously, this council has in fact instituted laws that also hold parents accountable. We saw that with spray painting and graffiti, where parents would be held accountable for what their children were doing on the streets. And it led to a precipitous and immediate decline once parents were being brought into the equation.
Under the proposal, for example, if a child is involved in a teen takeover and committed a criminal act, their parent or legal guardian could face a $1,000 fine, community service, and court-mandated family and parental counseling.
I can't support it because we're looking to hold a parent liable as if they committed the act themselves, which I believe will fall short of being constitutional.
You're letting him go out late at night, doing whatever. You don't know what he's doing, but he's doing something. If you're allowing a 16-year-old to be out, let's just say at 2 a.m, and he does something really bad, are you somewhat responsible? I would say yes.
Hey, they having the negotiations on that now. Now, I'll say this. You can't control the child, whatever they do out. Sometimes out in the public, you may not know, but if they out past 10 o'clock, you know, it's 10 o'clock, do you know where your children are? If you got a young child out past 10 o'clock, I mean, and something happens bad, you know, I don't know. I mean, I may have to really look into some of the details when they start passing laws like that, because it's got to be a frame, some kind of framework on it. It can't just be random, because all parents are not bad parents. Sometimes you can be good parents and your child gets out here and does something that, you know, you may not even have any control over. But at some point, like when you know, I say, hey, look, you got to be in bed by 10 o'clock. You can't be out running the streets doing wild stuff late at night, and you a child. So what is that? I'm not saying, you know, maybe they need to examine a little bit more detail, but I'm not for putting all the pressure on parents like that. But at some degree, if anything happening after 10 with your child and your child is out there in the streets and you ain't reported them missing, I'm just saying, what is that? Somebody let me know in the chat. I mean, I'm probably during the day if something happened, you know, maybe, you know, it may not be on the parents because the kid can get out there, be influenced by peer pressure. It's anything with the internet, you know. I'm not trying to make no excuses, but all I'm saying is if your child is out there late at night running wild at 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, breaking in houses, stealing cars, and they can do that during the day too. I mean, it just depends on the degree of crime. And I think that it should have been with great bodily harm and serious injury. And maybe, you know, when you talk about different degrees of criminality, I think they should have a list of what could be considered punishment for parents. But just to have it overall, like if your kid get out here and do something, you gonna get in trouble. I don't know, because that may be stepping on some type of violation, because now you at work and all of a sudden something happens and now the police coming up to your job and I don't know if they're gonna have to really define that. Minister Kevin said, best news I've heard all day. I hope it passes. You are responsible whether you're a good parent or not. Josh goes on to say, I think sometimes with parenting, we overlook those, I don't know what he's trying to say, with trauma. Some of these kids' parents need an evaluation because good parenting don't override genetics. I'm just saying. Well, I'll say this. I just think that if they're going to, I already knew it was coming, because sometimes some of y'all didn't let y'all kids go all the way to the left. Now, y'all didn't let them, it wouldn't even be a conversation if it wasn't a real problem. But I'm gonna give some pushback a little bit, because some of y'all didn't let y'all kids run wild. And now they a problem. Now they out here committing problems, and now they trying to give the parents some type of liability for the kids out here being a real problem to the community. And I think the parents may fall. I mean, if it go through in Chicago, trust me, it's gonna start going through everywhere. It's gonna start floating around. Whatever they pass in Chicago, if they get it in Chicago, we gonna see it in our community as well. We got Adam, if you want to chime in, 833-212-1017. Adam, how you doing?
Well, thank you. And I can get down with the community aspect of it, but I can't get down with the financial hit on the family. And it just seems like another way to disproportionately affect the black population. I'm white. I grew up in northern Wisconsin, and, us white suburban kids got into just as much trouble as the kids in the city. Like, It's just a part of growing up, and you can't control your kids 100% of the time. But the community aspect, the community service aspect of it, maybe I could get down with.
So just hit them up with the community service.
Yes, sir. And
maybe some counseling.
Yeah, I could do that. But like the financial thing, I think that's just going to cause more problems for the family than it would help.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point, Adam. I appreciate you for tapping in. Hey, look, $1,000, they saying the fine? And the family may be already, struggling. So, I don't know. That's why I say they have to make it more defined. They have to define the rules a little bit more instead of making it a general concept. They have to really aim it at a certain specific behavior or specific parenting style. Because I'll say this, and Adam is right, like, you working hard to maintain, and then something happens. All of a sudden, you get slammed with $1,000 citation. That could break the family budget, especially in certain communities. But like I said, I think that the community service and maybe the family counseling, they have to take some family counseling and do a couple, 100 hours of community service, maybe at first, but if it's a repeat, then maybe the fine should kick in. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat, as the show continues. That's a lot, because if they can pass it in Chicago, trust me, we might be next. And look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have a pop culture report. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had
around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This sports update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Bucks are trying to recover from their back-to-back losses earlier this week. The Atlanta Hawks are in town as the Bucks need a win to get back into rhythm. Doc, after the loss on Monday.
And we've kind of lost our way, and I think it's on both ends. I think offensively we had a great rhythm, and we've done it in spurts in the last 3 games, but we haven't been able to sustain it.
Tip-off is tonight at 8:30. Brewers lost their special matchup against Great Britain 7-3. Their next game is against the Cubs for spring training. In college hoops, it's tournament time for UWM as they begin their Horizon League run against the Detroit Mercy. Last time these two played, Mercy won 91-86. Tip-off is tonight at 6. You can listen to the game right here on 101.7 The Truth. The Badgers and Golden Eagles begin their tournaments next week. Badgers host Maryland tonight at 7, while Marquette heads to Providence with tip-off at 6. I'm Nazir Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, at 1017thetruth.com.
Stand up. It's my turn, I'm about that action. I got the power, change how we been acting. Show no mercy, I'm defending the block. Tired of seeing the news, another kin of the kid shot. I'm gonna make a change for the better. The revolution now is the time we get it together.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by our own Nazir Spencer in studio. How you doing, Nazir?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm feeling powerful.
Feeling the tenderism?
Hey, look. I ain't feeling no tenderism, but I definitely need to go visit.
Okay, all right, look.
Go visit and see what they own. I haven't eaten tenderism brand.
Wow.
Not yet.
Got to get to it, man.
I mean, I had some people that said they stuff was tender.
That's what I'm saying.
But it wasn't tenderism.
Look, we got the ownership right. He got the ownership rights. Our man,
Walter Johnson,
he got the rights to it. And
well, that was smart because if you don't understand the story, Walter Johnson made viral the word tenderism.
Mm-hmm.
And he came from Destination Smokehouse, which was a restaurant that used to be a coffee shop.
Yeah.
Then he came over to the coffee shop, suggested that they start making barbecue.
Yeah.
Went viral over his recipes and stuff, but he didn't own nothing.
Right.
So the owner took all the financial benefit from it.
Yeah.
And then he even tried to patent the word tenderism.
That's crazy.
Owner.
That's crazy.
And so when the owner went to patent the word tenderism, a black lawyer from Atlanta saw this and signed in the copyright for tenderism because he knew Walter didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
He did it, and so when they went to patent it, it was blocked.
Hey, it's a lot easier than a lot cheaper than a lawsuit, in my opinion. Because he just got it. Now he don't got to go to court for it. Now he don't got to fight for it. Now he just, you know.
But see, look how black have evolved.
That's crazy.
They
right?
saw something that was repeating the past with Aunt Jemima, with Uncle Ben, with the Colonel's secret recipe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the genius of the culture saw this, patented it, and held it for them.
That's amazing.
That's powerful.
That's super. Now, I wanna know why the owner was so ready to just take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just take it from him.
Of Destination Smokehouse.
Yeah, like,
because it was business.
Right, but
and this is what I tell people. You got to realize when you're doing business, ain't no feelings in business.
right.
It's feelings in your relationship.
Right.
But for the business Destination Smokehouse, it would have made sense to do that. And if you think it from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just so creative that we don't think business. We think like somebody gonna treat us right because we got the right idea. But that's not true. And it never been true.
Right.
Okay, so sometimes we lack the business knowledge and they lack the creativity. So when we come along, they soak our creativity, transfer it into business, and they come away with the dollars and the generational wealth. And then we come out like Walter Johnson, or how he would have came out if that lawyer from Atlanta hadn't patented
That's what I'm saying.
tenderism and put it on reserve for him. He got fired from Destination Smokehouse.
Yeah,
or
he wasn't cooperating.
Or whatever was going on with Destination Smokehouse, he would have walked away with nothing.
Right.
Because he got a GoFundMe. He had to have a GoFundMe once he walked away or whatever took place. I wasn't there. I don't know what the discussion was.
Right.
But he had put up a GoFundMe and people was like, was that really his GoFundMe or was that connected to Destination Smokehouse? But he came out and said that was his GoFundMe and he needed help. So they made millions of dollars from his tenderism concept, and he walked away and had to do a GoFundMe. So he basically walked away with nothing. But if it wasn't for this attorney, and I think you brought the video in.
Yeah, I did bring the video in. If you got the video, Andrew. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm happy that he got it. I just don't know the point of it all. But we can listen to it right here.
Mo the Elephant says, business do not mean screwing people over. They could have taken the recipes and tenderism, but they could not have the cook.
Owner tenderism under the trademark. And today, he said, well, I'm going to get the trademark to you. And here he is. Boy, look, Attorney Harris.
Yes, sir.
Now you don't know the appreciation. Things that's been happening. God is good.
God is good. God is good.
It wouldn't have happened.
Yes, sir.
If it weren't for him. And now look at it. Hey, family, see how we reach out and touch? Long time coming, but the time is here.
Well, I just want to thank you all for all that you've done for the community. You are a magnificent inspiration to us. And it is time for our community to work together to do big things economically. And it is an absolute honor to begin the process of transferring those trademarks over to you because you deserve it, you created it, and you've created something very, very special for our community. So, and then we.
All right, now look, now he get to create that tenderism for the stars. He was with Ron Isley now.
Yes, sir.
Ron Isley was trying to taste that tenderism.
Hey.
Mr. Tenderism.
That's powerful.
Walter Johnson.
That's super. Look, he mentioned God is good. He mentioned God is good.
Remember when Black History Month started, I said it was a lot of black inventors that went broke and the Americans using their ideas right now.
Yep.
And did we look how far we have come. Now we can spot.
Yep, now we can spot it.
We can spot it now. And he got his trademark, his patent from somebody that knew the history, that understood what was happening, got him the patent. Now he can, even though he can move on from Destination, a Smokehouse, now he got his own trademark. Now he can travel the world cooking for anybody who wants him to come. He's going to make way more money.
That's amazing. I'm happy that the owner didn't get it because although they would have made some money from it, it's better to have it in the actual creator's hands. than somebody that's just might just throw it away in a few years.
Well, like I said, I think I was trying to read what Mo the Elephant had wrote, and then the video came on, but I'll read it again. Mo the Elephant says, business does not mean screwing people over. They could just have taken the recipes and tenderism, but they could not cook the way Unc put it down.
That's facts.
I'll say this. Business is always about the bottom line.
Yep.
And he was making the money. He didn't sign no paperwork. He wasn't there negotiating, because sometimes people think, okay, I'm doing right by you, you do right by me. But in business, you better make sure that paperwork is right.
Yep. You got to.
You got to make sure that it's business. Business come with paperwork.
Yep.
If you ain't got no paperwork on your business, you're going to end up, and it's not going to work out for you.
Now look,
it's not going to work out for you.
Torlo, we got for the Super Bowl next year. Who do you want to perform at the Super Bowl next year? Because there's a person online kind of starting to just trending a little bit, not too much, a little bit.
Hold on, so they already talking about the Super Bowl for next year?
They always start early. Now this isn't someone that's going to perform. Just to clarify, this is just in the air right now.
Who is it?
So someone asked online, Kirk Franklin.
Oh,
would he do a Super Bowl?
It'll be geeked up now.
That'd be cool.
I mean, it'll be.
I don't know if I want
Kirk Franklin. You know, he can put on a good. He got enough hits.
Right, but like he said he would have to do it with the right people, the right crew.
Let me tell you something. Kirk Franklin, he got at least 10 songs.
Yeah, for sure.
He got at least 10 records.
Yeah, he got 13 minutes to do it all.
Okay, yeah. So he can fill that space up.
Yeah.
They go an hour on Sunday, so I mean,
exactly. Hour straight.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's gonna happen. Is he with Rock Nation?
I don't know.
Is Kirk Franklin signed to Rock Nation? Because
I don't think you got to be signed.
I think Jay-Z is the one that's putting it together. So you got to be.
I don't think you got to be signed.
Some way affiliated with Rock Nation to get chosen.
I think they just pick you because Bad Bunny not signed with them. He got picked.
He went through Jay-Z though.
Right. No. Yeah. I'm saying if you're the biggest artist, Jay-Z will point you out and be like a few years ago, Kendrick was the right choice because of the Drake and Kendrick beat. Right. It just made sense. So I don't know if this will make
Kirk
sense.
Franklin still? You think Kirk Franklin can pull this off? Where everybody is he worldwide? Is Kirk Franklin just? I mean, does his celebrity fade out at a certain level?
I think nationwide. I wouldn't say worldwide.
Okay.
I don't even know if he's that big in North America.
Somebody let me know in the chat if y'all would love to see Kirk Franklin at the Super Bowl.
I don't know if.
Do you want a revolution? Woo,
look, come out with that. That's crazy, right?
It'll be geeked up. Right?
That'd be cool.
Hold on, wait a minute. I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna be lit.
That'd be cool.
Because Kirk Franklin will put on a good show.
I'm telling you.
In 13 minutes.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
That'd be cool.
I think Kirk Franklin will get it though.
That'd be cool. Interscope? He's with Interscope.
Bria Gregory says not.
I'm just saying.
Hey, I'll be entertained if I would watch it.
It'd be cool.
I would definitely watch it.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Kirk Franklin, I would love to see what he could do in 13 minutes, but he could put together, at least for the community, the spiritual community, the black community, the urban, more urban community. Hey,
you might preach a little bit.
We'd watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. You got to.
But they said, hell no.
Oh, wow.
Minister Kevin said, definitely not.
Oh, wow. They really, okay. All right. Never mind. My bad, y'all. Man.
Hey, I guess they don't want the revolution. King Reno says, no Kirk Franklin after eating wings and drinking beer.
Wow.
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
That's fair.
Okay,
that's fair. That's fair. You're right.
Yeah, it's a time and place for Kirk Franklin.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I like that. That's a good point.
All right, look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
The Tory Lowe Show returns after this on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Milwaukee business owners, this is your moment. Every Friday at 8 a.m., call in to 101.7 The Truth for What the Business Is. Tell us what your business is, where you're located, and one thing you've learned along the way. What the Business is powered by We Energies, delivering the energy that powers local business. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth. Fridays at 8 a.m. on 101.7 The Truth.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance. At Milwaukee College Prep, they believe in high expectations, strong character, and academic excellence starting as early as age of 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee. And the best part about it all, Milwaukee College Prep is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is the place. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to learn more. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app and 1017thetruth.com.
Talking big on Twitter, but in person you a slow poke. Who want all the smoke? Who want all the smoke? Put your name on the bullet, close the casket, case closed. Who want all the smoke? Who want all the smoke? I was bred in the
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show, Pop Culture Report brought to you by Nazir Spencer. Nazir, what else is going on these pop culture streets?
You know, Tori, when I was growing up, I really, really, really wanted to be like on Disney Channel or like Nickelodeon and stuff.
You know the back end now. Everybody wanted to be on the Disney Channel until they found out.
The bad stuff.
Till the kids start talking about what happened to them. Oh, wow.
Demi Lovato and Keke Palmer were on Keke Palmer's podcast, and I guess on these shows, like they were just dating older men. Like they were the age gap between like them and their significant other was very large. It was like,
oh wow,
for like example, like I guess 18, well, and the guy's like 30 or 29.
That's it's not too shocking considering that if you're young and you coming up in Hollywood,
right,
and the stories that have came out. Maybe at the time it was just normal because everybody that tried to make their way through Hollywood had to get down to make it happen.
Like there's a story on Nickelodeon, the producer, I believe, or whatever, writer, his name is like Dan Schneider, and it was across like iCarly, like Victoria, just some early 2000s like shows on Nickelodeon. Drake and Josh. It was just some weird stuff going on behind the scenes. Dude, he had a foot fetish, so he would put a foot joke in every show.
Oh, wow.
It was real weird. So people would just get uncomfortable with stuff like that, I guess, on the set. Because there's a documentary that came out about him a few years ago. But back to this Keke Palmer, Demi Lovato, I guess just the age gaps was normal back then, I guess, to some girls back then. And I guess guys their age were trying to tell them, like, it's kind of weird. But, they wouldn't listen.
Well, like I said, when you young, you in Hollywood, you don't know when your next gig is. These older people probably had more stability.
Yeah.
and offer more things that, shopping ideas and things like that. Because trust me, like it's a whole culture in Hollywood, and we as a spectator don't know that.
Right.
But when you live there and you got to survive there, hey, that's why they made stories about the casting couch.
That's true.
It's not just casting couch. It's like, okay, if you need me to do something for you, you got to do a little something for me. And this is, it is what it is. It was the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's how they held that leverage over you,
It's unfortunate.
You'll call and be like, hey, do you got that role for me?
Right.
Or do you, can I participate? And they be like, well, I don't know.
Right.
Because that I don't know is a hesitant, like, oh, well, you got to give me something. They can't outright say it.
Right.
Some people probably did, but usually they'll be like, well, you know what, let me think about it. Let me think about it.
They go allude to it.
And then they'll allude to it, like, why don't you come over my house late at night, get some champagne.
Wow.
We go talk about it. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, y'all in a relationship or y'all y'all dealing with each other in a physical type of way.
I guess they can explain a little bit better, I guess, from their perspective. I think we got a little bit of video on it. It's interesting to hear their perspective on everything,
They ain't named no names.
Yeah, no names.
Age, I mean, could understand. Nobody our age could understand. But then you look back in hindsight, when I turned 30, I was like, that's not okay.
Girl, the moment when you realize and you get the age of a lot of people that were around you and doing stuff, it's almost a mental break that can happen because you realize you were taking advantage of. Oh, I was being exploited.
Hey, and sometimes when you're young and you think that you don't know and you don't understand, you could get exploited.
Yeah.
Look what happened to Walter Johnson,
Yeah.
And he wasn't even in Los Angeles.
He was just
He got exploited, for his talents and stuff like that. So, like I said, you got to be careful. You can't be afraid to step out on your own ideas because sometimes we think we need a little help.
Yeah.
And sometimes we do. But I think that when it's premature, they can take advantage of you. But if you can get your paperwork together and you can get all of your ideas copyrighted, licensed, and everything like that, and then you go into it, I think you face a different ideal instead of them being able to take everything from you and some physically from you.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's gonna be it's a little interesting just to hear their side. Another celebrity that is going viral right now, Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez, she didn't seem like she didn't been through a lot. If she could just write a tell-all book.
Oh man, I get some money.
I mean, she would collapse half of Hollywood.
Yeah.
She was on a like. She was somewhere where some pastors was, and she came on the podium. You seen the video?
Yeah, I saw that.
And they couldn't stop looking at her lower half. Like, she's probably been preyed on to the max.
Yeah, a bad amount probably. I would assume. Now she's going viral for different reasons. She's married to Benny Blanco, and he walks around with no shoes, no socks.
And now, who is Benny Blanco?
He's this super creative producer, songwriter.
He's rich.
Yes, he's talented.
Okay.
He writes songs for her, other artists, big artists across the industry. Very talented. Now, apparently, he walks around with no shoes, no socks on, and they're married. They got married recently. Congrats to them. Now, people online are just grossed out that he's having his feet on the couch and stuff like that, and you can see his feet has been in the dirt or on the ground for long periods of time. And I guess on a video the other day, she was hanging out with two others and Benny, and she kissed his feet because everyone online was saying how gross it was and why she
kissed his feet.
She kissed his feet, and people are like,
her husband's feet,
right? And people are like, that's gross. Why does he have his feet on on the couch? And it's
and that's his wife,
right? That's his wife.
Did he tell her to do it?
No, she did it.
She came in and this is what she wanted to do.
She just did it. She said, I
no force.
No.
Well, what's the problem? It's people putting stranger things in their mouth. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to tell you. I'm just trying to tell you. But I remember when I was in church and we used to do communion.
Yeah.
And we had to do foot washings.
Uh-huh.
And that is a humbling experience.
Yeah.
And I was a deacon, so I had to do it every time we did communion. So when I see people and it was a story in the Bible where a woman washed Jesus' feet with her hair, and he telling me his feet was clean. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that if she has no problem with it and reverencing and her husband like that, I don't have a problem with it.
You think it's okay for him to have his feet on the couch though?
Well,
like dirty feet and stuff.
Now, I would have had a problem with it if he would have been like, "Hey, come kiss these feet."
Okay, yeah, that's
you know what I mean.
That's
Like,
different,
come lick on these toes.
yeah.
Now, I done heard people say that to people. But all I'm saying is, if that's her husband and she did that on her own,
yeah,
what's the problem?
Hey, I don't got a problem with it. I'm going over what's going on in the comments. People are saying this is gross,
but some people, some people, you know, they have opinions on things,
right?
But are they married? Or do they know what reverencing is? Do they know what all of that type of stuff is? Because maybe she's showing a sign of reverencing to her husband, and that's a whole nother game that a lot of people don't even. If you talked about reverencing, that could be like how they say you got to come and reverence God. You got to get down on your knees. You got to pray. You got to kneel and all of that. Like, it's cultures, like, it's people that practice reverencing each other. I don't know what he does for her, but the feet thing is it's humbling.
I don't got no problem. I don't got no problem with this. It's just, you know, it was a little different to see, like, on camera somebody actually doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people were just saying, like, behind closed doors, maybe that's cool. Like, if y'all do it, you know, to each his own. But you know,
if he'd have told her to do it,
that's weird. That'd be crazy.
I'd have understood the outrage.
Yeah.
But if she comes in the house, let me. I love my husband so much. It's men that said, "I'll drink your bath water, your dirty bath." Okay, so nobody said nothing about that.
That's true.
Okay, so what I'm saying is,
that's true.
Maybe that's her way of just showing reverence to her husband.
Yeah.
And I don't. If that's what she cool with, I'm not gonna go against it because that is her husband.
Right. Now, there's just been some weird. She's been going viral for some other weird stuff too. People talking about she's getting she got cloned and like
what?
She
like Jim Carrey.
Yeah. like she got cloned. Like her lupus is like fake or something. I'm like, come on, man.
She got lupus.
She did have.
No, lupus is real.
Yeah, she had that. Or she has that.
My wife had lupus.
Yeah. So apparently people are saying like she looks completely different than what she did like 10 years ago. Obviously.
And they can take you out. Lupus can take you out.
Yeah, she had surgery, and I guess people are just making up these conspiracy theories about her dying and then like getting reborn in this clone image. And
here we go.
I'm like, man, y'all really deep.
They don't like to see people reverencing each other.
I'm like, why y'all?
Wow.
Dang, can she heal up? Like, what?
Oh wow,
man. So like, it's these conspiracy.
It ain't cool
theories.
to reverence each other no more.
I guess not, man. It's 2026. People don't know what that means. I guess no more.
Hey, well, thank you for that pop culture report.
Of course.
He could at least wash his feet, though.
All right, yeah. I wasn't gonna say it. You said it for me.
Okay, well, just. Or she could have waited till he washed his feet.
Or she should have did it for him. Who knows?
Well, if she happy, she was smiling, I guess.
Yeah.
Hey, look, well, thank you for the pop culture report.
Of course.
Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I got a question. For Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
Thank you, Milwaukee. Because of you, the second annual Truth Community Awards was an unforgettable celebration of the leaders, changemakers, and heroes who make our city shine. A special thank you to our incredible partners, Milwaukee College Prep, the Milwaukee Bucks Foundation, Gruber Law Offices, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and 3rd Street Market Hall. And thank you to our presenting sponsor, Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Together, we're celebrating community, culture, and impact. We'll see you next year at the Truth Community Awards.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the #1 country that cares. Like, everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool, because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days. But now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from one to four. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I want to open up the lines. It's two things. Milwaukee now is officially a sanctuary city. Officially. How do y'all feel about that? I seen somebody in the chat. I seen somebody in the talk to text make comments. 7382 says, Tory, what a joke. They care more about people here illegally than the citizens of Milwaukee that need help. Just imagine the resources that will be spent on non-citizens. Shameful, like what they did in Chicago. Hey, look, Milwaukee is now a sanctuary city. I want to know how y'all feel about that. 833-212-1017. Also, in Chicago, they working. An alderman is working on proposing holding parents liable for teen criminal actions. Do you think they should pass it? Do you think they should pass it? 833-212-1017. I want to know, because some of y'all parents right now, y'all might be in trouble. If this happened, y'all might be in trouble. I heard to where they said it may be $1,000 fine. $1,000, Andrew. If your kid get out here and get caught up in some criminal behavior, they may send you $1,000 ticket, and you got to do community service, and you got to go to family counseling.
It kind of goes back to what you're saying, though. There's levels to this, right?
Right. I'm hoping that, we can talk about this, because this is on the docket, Truth Nation. And Milwaukee becoming a sanctuary city just happened. We always, to me, operated as if we were a sanctuary city. We just never really came out and said it. But now, since we declared sanctuary city, do we have millions and millions of dollars going to undocumented migrants? I just want to know. What does that look like? You know what happened in Chicago with the migrants, with the budget spending a lot of money on this situation. They claim to be a sanctuary city. Do this open up the wallet? I want to know. What does this mean for Milwaukee moving forward? We got Gary on the lines, holding parents accountable. How you doing, Gary?
Hey, Tori, good. How's it going, man?
Blessings, brother.
You know what, man? That's a tough one, man, because it really is, because kids can be raised in the right environment and everything, man, and just make bad decisions, or, not be raised in the best environment and make bad decisions. So that's a tough one, man.
That is tough.
You got a lot of peer pressure. There's a lot of peer pressure with these kids now. Definitely, I'm 67. Definitely a lot more peer pressure on these kids now than it was when I was going to school. But one thing I wanted to say, which really kind of tripped me out, is I think about 2 years ago when they tried to start back up this curfew thing. I don't know if you remember.
Right, they did
how
try
long ago that was. And they had
Jeffrey Norman tried to announce it. I don't know how well it went, but yes, I do remember.
Yeah, and so when they were discussing that, they interviewed this one black lady. They interviewed her and asked her what she thought about it, and she said, "I don't know where my kids be at." Something like that, and I was just like, that just blew me away, man. She like, no, because I don't know where my kids be at, and I was like, man, this, that's ridiculous.
Especially when you talk about kids running around late at night after 10 o'clock or so, just you don't know where they at. That to me, that's an issue.
Yeah, that's just it blew my mind to hear a parent say that she don't know where her kids be at. It just blew my mind to hear that, man.
Wow. Well, it's tough because it's so much going against just parenting nowadays. But you got to do something. These are your kids. Your kids out here doing things that's causing harm to citizens out here, and how much responsibility does that fall on the parents? I'm hoping we can have a good discussion about this, because pretty soon it's going. If they pass this in Chicago and then they come to Milwaukee, speak now or forever hold your peace, because you can have all of the thoughts in your head that you want to have, but then eventually, if this go through, because they see that these young people have become so much of an issue that they got to start passing policy. And I'm going to tell you right now, is this going to be for every child, or this going to be targeted in black communities? And they used to make laws specifically for blacks. So a lot of people think, this going to be everybody included in this. But they can pick and choose to enforce it on who they want to enforce it on. Let's not forget that. Also, I want to go to this Georgia story. Father of accused Georgia school shooter found guilty of murder. The father. Now, this is happening in Georgia, where there was a school shooting. And now they're saying that the father of the school shooter, the person that went and shot up the school, is found guilty of murder. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got some video on this. Hit that like and subscribe button. 1017 The Truth on YouTube. Let's listen.
This morning, the father of a Georgia teenager accused of killing 4 people at his high school in 2024, possibly facing the rest of his life behind bars.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty.
The jury deliberating for just 2 hours before convicting Colin Gray of second-degree murder and more than 24 other charges. The swift verdict coming after an emotional 2-week trial, where prosecutors accused Gray of giving his then 14-year-old son, Colt, an AR-15 style rifle as a Christmas gift. The suspected shooter seen here on surveillance footage with the gun stuffed in his bag before prosecutors say Colt killed 2 students and 2 teachers.
His son was a bomb just waiting to go off. And instead of disarming him, he gave him the detonator.
Prosecutors pointing to years of troubling warning signs, showing the jury the teen's bedroom wall lined with photos of the Parkland school shooter. But Gray, taking the stand in his own defense, said he never saw it coming.
Is there any, if you can remember, any red flag or anything that Colt did that would make you believe that he would ever be capable of doing this act?
No, I struggle with it every day.
he's a good kid. He could do something that heinous. Like, I don't.
All right, so even with him being sentenced, he fighting for his life, he still said his son was a good kid. They ain't gonna never throw their kids under the bus. He shoot up a school. Like, he just had some issues, you know. How do you not know if your son got pictures of somebody that then did something heinous to people on the walls, news articles? So you never went in your son's room? I doubt it. As a father, I doubt it. I doubt it. It's too late now. You on trial, you know. Like I said, should parents be called to the carpet for their children's criminal behavior, violent behavior? It's happening. Father just played the video. Father on the stand, even though he's facing years in prison for equipping his son with an assault rifle that went and caused damage, he still said his son was a good kid. A lot of y'all come on the air and don't give kids that kind of empathy. Y'all ready to throw these kids under the bus. We got Keisha on the lines. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. How you doing, Keisha?
I'm good.
Do you think that parents should be held accountable for children's criminal behavior?
Of course I do. Of course I do, because there's no way that you don't know what your children are out here doing. And it's your responsibility. It starts at home. It's your responsibility to rein them in, pull them in, and get control of your kids. How you not gonna know where your children are? Like, it's too much out here. You got your kids' locations. Their children got phones. They could be calling. They could be checking in. When my kids was growing up, my kids had to be in the house. I had to know where they were. I had to know where they were at all times. They used to crack jokes and be like, "You a helicopter mom." That's all right. I know where my kids are.
And how did they turn out?
They're fine. All my babies out here productive. I got 2 babies that's graduated. I got one that's in the medical field. I got one that's on his way to his secondary school. He's getting his master's. I got one that's, she's a teacher, and all my children are out here productive.
Well, that's kudos to you and salute to you for understanding that, you got to make sure that as a guardian, you do your best to help your children and not aid them, by allowing them to be undisciplined.
You got to set them up for success. You don't set them up for failure.
Well, it seems like you're doing a powerful job, Keisha.
Thank you.
Hey, look, I appreciate that. That's good news to my ears. That is good news to my ears. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more discussion, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The Horizon League Conference Tournament has arrived, and it is win or go home. On Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Panthers head to Michigan to take on the Detroit Mercy Titans in the first round of their conference tournament.
Panthers with another takeaway. Aguilar with numbers left to right. Stevie Elam steps into a 3 and buries it.
Scott Warris has the coverage Wednesday starting at 5:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 6 o'clock. This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball weekly update on the new 1017 The Truth.
The City Conference Boys Championship game did not disappoint last weekend. In the Gold Division title game, the 2-time defending conference champs, the Milwaukee Juneau Pioneers, went toe-to-toe with the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats. This game was a back-and-forth battle, but the Pioneers made the plays down the stretch to pull out a 76-72 win behind a great performance of Gonzalo Gonzaga recruit and junior player Dooney Johnson, who dropped 28 points in the victory. And in the blue division, the Golden Meyer Owls did what they have done all year long in conference play, is just win, as they defeated the Audubon Cardinals 87-79 behind a strong performance from their senior guard Caleb Colbert, clinching the blue division crown. And lastly, in the white division, the Bayview Redcats left no doubt cruising past the Vincent Vikings 90-64 to win the white division conference tournament.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update.
Feeling lucky? Then roll into Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee this March for Lucky Rollers. Every Thursday, we're giving away over $70,000 in prizes. Play with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries, and you could roll out with $550 in reward play. Or get lucky and win your share of $16,000 in cash. Lucky Rollers, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
Hey y'all, it's 1017 The Truth's Rhea Riley for Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments, including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
And we just talking about material things, I got a lot. And we just talking about material things, I got a lot. I got a shorty with some perfect hips, and she get it poppin'. She love to argue cause she love to make them sex, it's a lot. I don't mean to brag, but I'm the one to be watching. Trying to make a little cash, making 50 on the deck. Check the check, thinking I West, had to go chain, that was fake. When I get in the streets, I took it in. Got a better job, thought I was a man.
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We talking about Chicago alderman proposes holding parents liable for criminal actions, and then we went down to Georgia where a father of accused Georgia shooter found guilty of murder. Also, don't forget, a while back in Minnesota, a mother was charged for her child shooting up a school in Minnesota. It's happening. Like, to what degree is a parent responsible for criminal behavior?
Detroit as well. Mother and father both in jail for 10 years because their son shot up a school.
Right. Okay, so here we go. So the school shooting is already taking place. We see several occasions where family members are, not family members, but the parents are being held accountable. But they missed one. They missed somebody. They missed a situation. Kyle Rittenhouse. But we ain't going to talk about that. Kyle Rittenhouse came out here with the pistol and went shot up some folks at the protest. They should have got Kyle Rittenhouse. They took him to trial, but they let him loose. You know, he got them crocodile tears going, and that whole story was unfortunate that they didn't get Kyle Rittenhouse for doing a lot of this, what they call somebody empowering a young person to go to somewhere where there's people, and then a lot of people get shot. But do you feel that parents should be held responsible for criminal behavior of the child? How many of y'all would be in jail right now if that was the case? How many of y'all right now listening to the Tory Lowe Show got kids out here that y'all don't never know where they be at 10 o'clock? Y'all better stop that. If it's happening, y'all better stop it. Or make a police report. I think if you make the police report, it's off your hands. Sometimes when kids get out there and you can file that they missing, you may not be held liable if they out there running in the street. They might say you filed the missing person report, and you know if something happened, then they may say, okay, you did your due diligence. 833-212-1017. Also, I need y'all to call in because now Milwaukee is considered a sanctuary city. Once again, a sanctuary city is a municipality that limits its cooperation with federal immigration authorities, typically by not inquiring about a person's immigration status or not detaining individuals solely based on their immigration status. Local police don't enforce federal immigration laws, no ICE holds. Cities don't honor ICE detainer requests without a warrant. Access to services. Undocumented immigrants can access city services like healthcare and education without fear of deportation. 833-212-1017. We got Miss Nikki on the lines. How you doing, Miss Nikki?
How you doing, Tori? Thank you for taking my call.
How you doing, Queen?
I'm doing great. So I 100% agree with holding parents accountable for their children, especially for, if they're under the age of 18. Tori, I spent my entire career working with the youth directly, indirectly, and I'm going to tell you, we do have situations where there's some parents who really are really trying their best, right, for their kids and doing all that they can. Those kids still make the wrong decisions. But I'm also say that there's a healthy amount of parents who do not take accountability for those kids. And unfortunately, that group of parents is going to make it harder for the parents that's really trying, right? Especially when a kid gets to a certain age. I primarily work with the youth that's more like high school age. And unfortunately, when our kids get to that age, a lot of our parents disengage. They kind of throw their hands up. And kids are kind of left to their own accord. And for that reason, I do honestly believe that parents need to be responsible for whatever their child do. It's their child. And if they're not responsible, who's supposed to be?
They say it take a village to raise a child, but not like that.
Not like that, especially if the child is creating a chaotic village.
Hey, this is why they bring in legislation. It's a lot of incidents where children are out past 10 o'clock. They're extremely reckless and out of control. And they, a lot of people feel like the parents need to take more responsibility about it.
They most definitely do, Tori, and they do. Because at the end of the day, it's their responsibility. And we can't just allow for, and unfortunately, because kids are making, some huge mistakes that's going to impact their lives forever, right? So if this is going to cause something like this in Milwaukee, is going to cause for parents to really step up to the plate and make sure that their child isn't, to be involved in the crime so they don't get in trouble, I would say 100% let's go for it. But then also offer them some support. But parents have to be responsible for their kids. They just do. Right. It's your child.
Hey, look, I appreciate you, Miss Nikki, for tapping in because we're having these discussions. But tomorrow, somebody might be knocking on somebody's door saying, hey, you got to face the consequences for the behavior of your child. And then don't try to call me. Don't call me at that point because I'm trying to get us ahead of it by talking about it. Hey, who else gonna try to get y'all ahead of the curve? It's happening right now in Chicago, next door. They presenting legislation. So this is the time, it's gonna take a while for that to take place. But at the same time, this is the time to really clean your household up. So when it happen, you good. Don't wait till it happen. Then you get a ticket for $1,000 or something bad happen, then you want to run this way. I'm not answering the phone. I'm not coming outside for that. I'm talking about it now. We discussing it now. We putting it out in the village because people are going to jail due to the behavior of their kids. And when white people start going to jail for the behavior of their kids, what you think gonna happen to you? I'm just saying. I'm gonna call it like it is. They putting the handcuffs on. It don't matter what color you is. But they would love to pass these ordinances so they can get some of y'all too. Now your kids may not be out there shooting up no schools or nothing, but they could be out there acting a fool. And okay, I'm just throwing it out there. 833-212-1017. I feel like it should be some guidelines to this whole thing. Because I don't think they should be able to pick and choose, depending on the race, who they want to arrest for this. And we know they did pass a lot of laws in the past that targeted black people, but they said, it was for everybody, but it was targeting blacks. And, other people was able to get away with the same thing, and black people was not. And that's selective prosecution. It's a name for this, called selective prosecution. Now, I don't want to get into no selective prosecution. And that's what usually happens when it, favors mass incarceration. But this is why we got to be able to understand that, okay, if this go down, this is what we got to do with our elected officials and make sure that we don't become a part of selective prosecution. Milwaukee, one of the most massively incarcerated areas when it comes to black people, and that's due to selective prosecution. So anytime we start talking about fines and citations and we want this person, it's black or it's aimed toward blacks, trust me, that selective prosecution going to fill up them jails, and then it's going to be innocent people getting swapped up, parents that have really tried to reach out to get help. I feel like if you tried to help your child by getting mentors and you got a track record of trying to get them on the right track and it didn't happen, then you may need to get your kid tested for lead poison. Something. There may be a chemical imbalance. Understand what I'm saying? 833-212-1017 if you want to join the conversation. Also, there was a situation where in Louisiana, I want to go to Louisiana. Speaking about minors, I want to go to Louisiana where a mayor was messing around with a minor. Whose fault is that? They said the mayor confessed to having relations with a minor. I want to talk about that down in Louisiana when we get back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
The worst kind of whites, not that I'm picking on white folks, but you know how it goes, is the ones that think that they will lose something if this country becomes more fair and equal. I'm going to say that again. The worst kind of white people are the ones that think that if a black person gets a job and gets an opportunity and they ignore how hard the black person had to work and the racism, the bigotry, and the discrimination, and just how people turn their noses up at smart black people. They hate us. And the black person works really hard and overcomes maybe generational curses of poor health and poverty and all of those things. And we got to deal with the police and the criminal justice system that doesn't often have our backs. And then the black person gets a job, gets an opportunity, and a white person sees that and thinks that they lost. Those are the worst kind.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon. Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
A message from Tia Mowry, actress and Fair Celebrity Ambassador.
Game day isn't staged, it's lived. It's the shopping, the cooking, the laughter. For families managing food allergy, that same spirit of preparation means everything. Because food allergy isn't a lifestyle. It's a serious, life-threatening disease that can change everything in a moment. But being ready changes the story. It's knowing the signs, having a plan, and carrying epinephrine everywhere life takes you. Epinephrine is the only treatment that can stop a severe food allergy reaction known as anaphylaxis. It works quickly to reverse the symptoms and can save lives. As families and friends gather for the big game, we see what community looks like. It's one built on awareness, care, and love in action. Because readiness doesn't take away the risk. It brings back the joy. When you're ready to act, you're ready to live.
Visit foodallergy.org/ready to act to learn more.
This sports update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Bucks are trying to recover from their back-to-back losses earlier this week. The Atlanta Hawks are in town as the Bucks need a win to get back into rhythm. Doc, after the loss on Monday.
And we've kind of lost our way, and I think it's on both ends. I think offensively we had a great rhythm, and we've done it in spurts in the last 3 games, but we haven't been able to sustain it.
Tip-off is tonight at 8:30. Brewers lost their special matchup against Great Britain 7-3. Their next game is against the Cubs for spring training. In college hoops, it's tournament time for UWM as they begin their Horizon League run against the Detroit Mercy. Last time these two played, Mercy won 91-86. Tip-off is tonight at 6. You can listen to the game right here on 101.7 The Truth. The Badgers and Golden Eagles begin their tournaments next week. Badgers host Maryland tonight at 7, while Marquette heads to Providence with tip-off at 6. I'm Nazir Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tori Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
.7 The Truth. Tori Lowe Show. We've been talking about parents being held accountable for their children being criminally involved in things out in these streets. A lot of people chiming in the chat. Salute to everybody in the chat. Josh says if the parents don't have record that they have assisted their child with services like wraparound or therapy, or even if the parents don't have services for themselves, they should be accountable. Marty in the chat says, yeah, honestly, I hate going downtown last summer because it was majority all kids. 833-212-1017 if you want to chime in on the conversation today. Also, not only we talking about parents being held responsible for their children out there acting wild in these streets criminally. Milwaukee is now a sanctuary city. What does that mean for the city of Milwaukee? How do you feel about it? 833-212-1017. We got Kay on the lines. She wants to make a comment on the Chicago idea. How you doing, Kay?
Hey, good afternoon. I think that is a wonderful idea. I hope it hurry up and get here as soon as possible. We got a lot of wayward kids and they wayward parents, and maybe they start coming before and, showing their face. Maybe they'll start to take accountability for their children, their offspring. It's ridiculous because back in the day when I was in school, you could your child could not be at school. Oh, they talking to you, you coming to court, all of the things. Some of the stuff that they're, doing in Chicago, if they would just go back to what's already on the books, what's already law, we might be okay, but because, we just strayed away from a lot of that stuff. Like, it used to be a time where you couldn't ride around and not have no license plates on your car. Now, you can ride around, you can put a paper plate on there, and you just fine. But yes,
right.
They need to start holding these parents accountable. Yes, license applied for. No. If you don't have license plates, you shouldn't be driving that car. But neither here nor there. Yes, they need to start being accountable for their offspring. Period. And like whoever said in the chat, they don't even feel comfortable going places because you got all these wayward kids because their mammy tapping them, let them just run all over the city, wreaking havoc And then ain't nobody got to pay for it, but the folks that you know, they get tied up in that foolishness.
Or the folks that are the victims of the damage.
Exactly. Unfortunately, there's going to be a lot of collateral damage. There's going to be a lot of folks that get swept up that they're trying to do and this, that, and the third. And for those people, if they got something on the record that they've been calling these places and trying to get help X, Y, Z, okay, we gonna work with them. But then guess what? Then that right there is showing accountability. They taking some form of action for it. But the ones that ain't doing absolutely nothing, your child is stealing. Your child out here jumping in cars and wrecking stuff. They gone. You gone. Who next? And unfortunately, a lot of people gonna go down.
Hey.
But guess what? How about open up your mouth, start taking your butt to these meetings, these town hall meetings, these meetings at the school board and all of that, so you can know what's going on, so you can stay proactive, so your child won't be out here doing wayward stuff,
Or go around the groups that can actually help your child, Go around find out the mentor agencies, and if they can't help you, usually they got other agencies that they know about that can probably help. And you got to work your way through the funneling system as well. You got to put in some effort, too. It's your child.
Absolutely. And there's so much stuff out here, Tori. I didn't even realize how much stuff was out here until I started digging for other folks' kids. And so all this stuff is out here. So it's at your fingertips. It used to be a time we didn't have this. When I was growing, we didn't have everything at our fingertips. It was word of mouth, or you got your butt out there on that street and you found it.
Right.
You got it out the mud. They ain't got to do nothing. Nothing.
I agree. It's a lot.
But I tell you what,
there's a lot of things
they know
that's
where the
going
next
on.
party at.
Hey, concert.
They know where the next Adidas party is.
Oh, wow.
They know where the next all-white party is. They know all them things, but they can't tell you nothing about their child. Yeah, okay, I need them to hurry up and get this going so we can see some crackdown, so we can see some mildness jumping off in the city. All right, then, later.
All right, Kay. Hey, it's an issue. It's a problem. It's a problem, and that's why we're talking about it, because now we can kind of hear, how the community get a kind of a gauge on where the community's at with all of this. Now, I'll say this, when we ask for things to happen many times, that's why I say it's got to be a structure to this, so it just not being weaponized against the community. Now, we don't want that to happen. You don't want to get so riled up, this needs to happen, and you don't look at the fine print. A lot of y'all don't read the fine print. That's why y'all screwed right now on the insurance that y'all got, or y'all didn't look at the fine print. Sometimes we got to read the fine print on this, because you could be a good parent and fall victim to somebody that's trying to find resources and actively trying to resolve the issue. You don't want it just to be wide open. You want to make sure that it's aiming at the right target so it can be the most effective and not set us back, because we'll do that too. We'll get something in there, and somebody that voted for it to turn around and say they wish they hadn't even voted for it, okay? Like them flock cameras that y'all... But I think the officer got arrested. I think we got a video where the officer got... Do we still got that story? I don't think we played the story where the officer actually got charged. I don't think we got to that story. We did the first one where I think he got fired or something. I don't know if he got charged. I think it was a follow-up on that story where he actually got charged. He wasn't charged when we did the first story. So let's see if we can get that story up too. But like I said, hey, everything is twofold. When they bring a problem, you got to look at the top part and you got to look at the bottom part, to make sure y'all read the fine print. Understand what I'm saying? I'm for things that work that's going to be effective. But I don't want them to, a lot of times they'll present it to you because it sounds good. But on the back end, hey, I wish we had known that. And that happens all the time. All the time. Okay. So we got to start looking at the front and the back end and structure it so it really hits the issue that we're aiming for, instead of it being all, extra once they implemented it. All of a sudden, next thing you know, we got questions. We got to ask the questions at the beginning, get the solutions off the top, And stop waiting for something to go wrong to ask the question. No, we going to talk about it all the pros and the cons off the top. Just like that referendum. Say yes to NPS. Now, there's a lot of folks backtracking, wishing they hadn't even voted for it. And the teachers still having a problem with getting their raise. After they got it, they still saying they may not even get it due to the deficit. Understand what I'm saying? Minister Kevin said, why should my insurance company and myself be responsible for paying over $800,000, but the kid and the parents pay nothing? I hear you. Minister Kevin almost lost his life to an irresponsible 15-year-old. I understand what I'm saying. I understand. That's why I say this is why we have to vet these ideas to make sure we hit the target. And you ain't always got to wait and be reactive. You can think about it a little bit and put the gates up and what the pros and cons is and write up a perfect solution to the issue. 833-212-1017 if you want to join the conversation. We got a long talk to text. We got a long talk to text in here. I don't know if I can read all of this, Andrew. It's a long talk to text in here, but I'll go to this one. 7285 says, I agree. We need a system in place that holds parents accountable, their children. But if one parent household with 5 kids and one kid gets in trouble and she's held accountable and go to jail and the rest of the kids go to foster care or CPS or what? See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's why I say you got to have gates up, because let's say you got a wayward child and you got 4 kids that's going on their way to college and this kid out here acting like a kid boy. You know what I mean? What is that? What is that? Okay, so, but I also believe that parent would probably go through the process or have a paper trail of trying to get that child together. Just like she got the good kids or the kids that act better in a better situation, you would think that there would be some effort there to try to help this child, where she tried to get him in a mentor program. She tried to contact people that could help wrap around or something. So if the good parents shouldn't even fall victim to this if they're trying to do the right thing. So that's how you get around that. And why would they come and get her and take her to, to CPS over one child and you got 4 good kids? So I don't know. Maybe that's why I say we got to straighten out the guidelines. But I do think that a good parent would still try to help that wayward child get on track. And that will be, I think that they may or usually would have a paper trail of reaching out and contacting, maybe reaching organizations or maybe trying to even call the police. Hey, look, this is what's going on, because they're trying to help their child. So, hey, it can get tricky. Hey, look, when we come back, I still want to get to this Louisiana story with the mayor dealing with the minor. We're going to get to it when we get back. That's the first story we're going to do when we get back. When we get back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
From the biggest plays on the court to the comments made in the locker room after. An in-depth recap of every Bucks game. In 6 minutes. No more, no less. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. If you missed any of the game or just want to relive the biggest moments, Bucks in 6 provides game recaps every morning after. Hear the high-flying dunks from Giannis or the deep threes from Miles Turner. And catch the comments post-game about what happened on the court. Bucks in 6 on the Bucks Plus audio network. Find it now on bucks.com/plus or on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update on the new 1017 The Truth.
The City Conference Boys Championship game did not disappoint last weekend. In the Gold Division title game, the 2-time defending conference champs, the Milwaukee Juno Pioneers, went toe-to-toe with the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats. This game was a back-and-forth battle, but the Pioneers made the plays down the stretch to pull out a 76-72 win behind a great performance of Gonzalo Gonzaga recruit and junior player Dooney Johnson, who dropped 28 points in the victory. And in the blue division, the Golden Meir Owls did what they have done all year long in conference play, is just win, as they defeated the Audubon Cardinals 87-79 behind a strong performance from their senior guard Caleb Colbert, clinching the blue division crown. And lastly, in the white division, the Bayview Redcats left no doubt cruising past the Vincent Vikings 90-64 to win the white division conference tournament.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
One 1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got a lot of talk to text. We got a lot of chat going on. There's a long talk to text that I want to read. Andrew, you think you want to tackle this one? You back there? Can you at least point out the main points? I see a lot.
Reading music.
Yeah, maybe we should get AI to read it. I don't know. But you pull out the main points in this.
Tori, this is what it says. I firmly believe parents should be held responsible for the crimes their minor children commit. I say this as someone who was personally a victim of the Kia Boys. When my car is stolen or vandalized, it's not just an inconvenience. It costs a lot of money and peace of mind. If a 2-year-old breaks a $1,000 vase in the store doesn't charge the toddler. They hold the parents responsible.
Okay. All right. And then I think at the bottom, they say we have failing schools, potholes everywhere, and ongoing violence in our communities. Why are we focusing on policies like sanctuary protections when we have so many internal issues that need attention? We are receiving additional federal funding for this. Are we receiving additional federal funding for this? If so, where is that money going? Milwaukee has a reputation for funds disappearing, especially within the school system, and people deserve transparency. All right, so 2 good points on 2 of the topics we've been talking about today. 833-212-1017 if you want to join the conversation. But I saw this story where the mayor was dealing with a minor in a wrong type of fashion down in Louisiana. The husband testifies against the mayor who confessed to dealing with a minor in an inappropriate way. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got this story out of Louisiana. Let's listen.
Off the top, Roberts' ex-husband, Duncan Clinton, took the stand this afternoon and testified that Roberts told him directly that she had sex with the minor and that their kids had caught them in the act. Clinton says he talked to their son, who confirmed it. Text messages shown to the jury revealed Duncan Clinton advised Roberts to deny everything on the day she had a city council meeting as acting mayor. He also texted her that he, quote, played dumb and denied it after local city councilman and current mayoral candidate Danny Reynolds called him about the alleged incident. Roberts texted Clinton, quote, I need you to deny it, please. Earlier in the day, Roberts' lifelong best friend Jill Weaver took the stand. She admitted to discussing keeping the alleged incident from police and texting her son, quote, we lie till we die. Weaver also described the night of the party as, quote, a lot. It was chaos, and testified that at one point Roberts talked about wanting to harm herself. The defense today worked to challenge the credibility of two of the witnesses, pointing to Clinton's interest in an ongoing custody battle and the previous conflict of interest issues with Judge O'Neill, who was removed from the case by the Louisiana Supreme Court. They also highlighted conflicting statements among multiple witnesses who've now testified.
All right, wow. Misty Roberts. Diabolical. Diabolical. And I'll say this. What is up with these people in power wanting to mess with minors? Wasn't the Clintons just at a committee questioning situation about what? Dealing with what? Minors. I had a mother call me while I was on the show yesterday about her son being groomed by a teacher right here in the city of Milwaukee. Matter of fact, before I came on the air, I was talking to the mother, and when I get off there, I'm trying to get more details and telling her how to go about handling the situation as well. So I gave her some homework to make sure that she had things established before I bring it on the air. You gotta have your paperwork together when you coming out and saying a lot of this stuff. So I made sure that she was able to have her paperwork together. And so she called me and said her son was being groomed by an adult that they trusted. What's going on, Truth Nation? These kids may be acting crazy because these adults messing with them. In an inappropriate way, some of these kids. I think that if we talk about accountability, we got to go around the horn. We got to go around the horn. Not only the parents, the people that are aiding the adults that are getting involved with these kids in an inappropriate way, they all need to be held accountable. Understand what I'm saying? Let's make this a well-rounded idea so we can fix the village. I always said that this was the year to repair the holes in the village. And trust me, every which way you turn, it's a fire going on. So we got to do it all as a whole so we can kind of get a grip instead of pointing at one or two things when it's really 160 things. You can't have tunnel vision on fixing the village. You just got to make sure that everybody keeps a lookout when it comes to accountability all the way around. Whether you donkey gang, elephant gang, a teacher, a principal, a parent, a resident in the community, a neighbor, like we all got to do this in a well-rounded approach. And it's never going to be 100% all the way there. Sam King says, quit breaking up Clintons, but you never talk about Donald. I talk about Donald Trump all the time. You like the Clintons. You want to hear Bill Clinton play the saxophone. That's the bots is outside. You know what I mean? Not talking about Bill Clinton. Talk about Donald J. Trump. I talk about all of them. But it's stinging your ears because you want to hear about Trump. You got TDS. When you really just need to go at anybody that does it. I said they just had a deposition, so what? They just did it. It's making its rounds. I had footage I wanted to play today, but there's more pressing situations going on. Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton just had a deposition when it came to dealing with what? minors. Okay. So, like I said, this is where we got to make sure that we're kind of approaching these issues when it comes to parents, teachers. Matter of fact, when the mother get her stuff together, I want her to bring it on the air and talk to Truth Nation about the situation she's going through, because she said she called the police and they said there wasn't nothing they can do about it. Yeah. I said, what you mean they said there wasn't nothing they could do about it? Like, okay, well, let me fish for a little bit more details, because usually when the police start saying that, I say, okay, well, what color is the teacher? And what color you think the teacher is, Andrew? What color you think the teacher is, Andrew?
I got a pretty good idea.
Hey, okay, so here we go. It be like that sometimes. But that's why I said, like, when I'm saying you got this, you got phone records, you got all of this, and they still ain't doing nothing. And I never asked what color the teacher was. I was just saying, okay, let's kind of like work our way through the process of making sure you hit all your check marks. And when you work your way through all of the check marks and you seeing ain't nothing being done, now I gotta ask what color is the teacher. That was the last thing I asked after she said that she was getting the doors closed on her. And we don't even have to say. Hey, some people, what they say, got the complexion for the connection.
What's understood doesn't need to be said.
What's understood don't need to be spoken. But hey, I'm going to let the mother come on and have her moment where she kind of can explain what she's been going through with her son, where she claims that he's being groomed by a teacher right here in the city. And she been making the reports. Mo the Elephant said, next time, make a poll. You know, only time I see where people are able to kind of skate around the regular things that go on that I see, I have to ask, okay, and I hate to ask, what color are they? Because that's going to let me know a little bit more about why there's no action going on. So oh, wow. Hey. If this was a black teacher, she'd have been arrested. Understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation? 0390 says, it is forbidden. Most people with nasty minds want children and women. Most people with nasty minds want children and women. Hey. Like I said, this is a society where people will argue and defend people that harm innocent life. So you got to be careful. That people will try to, in their minds, they have selective outrage when it comes to this. So no, ain't no selective outrage. That's why I say the rule I have is you harm innocent life, you need to go to jail. That's it. It cuts out all of the extra. It cuts out all of the extra. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we got a couple more stories we got to get to. Stay locked in.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
Regroup, rethink, and reshape, and get on the front lines. It's only to your benefit. I always tell people, you helping the overall ideal of a better community, it actually helps you out. It helps you out. It helps your family out. It's time. Do not bring that reactionary attitude into the new year. This is the best time to start fresh. This is the plot. They plot this out, and it's been going on for years. This is normal. This is the way it is. This is where we are right now. It's all buddy-buddy. And if you're not a part of the friend situation, you're not getting in. They don't want nobody getting in and seeing where the messy. That's why I'll never get in. Because they know I'm not going to play around about my community. They know I'm not going to sit in no meetings and see y'all shucking and jiving and sniggling and giggling and not say nothing about it. I'm going to tell you to shut up.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events. mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Metastatic breast cancer, or stage 4 breast cancer, happens when cancer spreads beyond the breast to other parts of the body. About 168,000 women are living with it today, with Black women at a higher risk due to various factors. Research has led to treatments that help manage the disease and improve quality of life. The Everyday Counts study explores how nutrition and exercise coaching can support women with metastatic breast cancer. To learn more about the Everyday Counts study in Milwaukee, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu. If you or someone you know has stage 4 breast cancer, please encourage them to call and enroll in this valuable study. Again, call 414-955-8819 or email edc@mcw.edu.
You're listening to the new 101.7 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. I want to cover some stories over in the Marquette area right here in Milwaukee. Mount Sinai, we heard the story of the shooting that took place in the emergency, near the emergency area at Mount Sinai. And I guess one of the survivors are speaking out to the community. A survivor says they're lucky to be here after being shot in the emergency room. If y'all watching this, we broadcast live. We got some video on this. Let's listen.
It doesn't hurt until I touch it.
Sharon Rencher walked into Aurora Sinai Sunday night with chest pains. He walked out a shooting victim.
What's the extent of your injury?
It's just a graze wound on my abdomen.
The 38-year-old Milwaukee native says he had just been discharged from the hospital and fell asleep in the ER lobby while waiting for a ride.
I was kind of sort of dozing off. I woke up out of my sleep with a graze wound. Okay, and I woke up and I saw a guy laying there on the ground.
Rencher waking up to gunfire.
Can we get additional deputies and/or Milwaukee to Sinai lobby? Got a man with a gun. Looks like one in custody.
The gunman grazing him and shooting a 40-year-old man. The medical examiner saying that man, Christopher Robinson Jr., later died at Freighter Hospital. Robinson's family too distraught to talk Tuesday, but says Robinson was an organ donor. Rencher devastated by the update.
We did hear that, unfortunately, the other person did pass away today.
Oh, that's so sad, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that man and his family. Like I said, my heart goes out to him, you know what I'm saying? And you should never have to go through that, you know what I'm saying? In ER, because it's a place where people should feel safe.
Renter says he did not recognize the shooter and does not know how he got into the lobby, but is grateful to be alive.
To be here, thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I'm still alive, just maybe 2 or 3 inches over, and that thing could have went into my abdomen and killed me.
Wow. Now, somebody had called me and said they was shooting up there at Mount Sinai when it happened, So when I heard it, I was like, what? In the ER? I mean, it was crazy, but here we go. What is the take on this, Tori? What is your take on this? Well, I'll say this. You got to keep your head on the swivel. I've been telling y'all this. And I said that coming into 2026, coming out of 2025, it's going to be a lot of things that and people don't want to hear it, but I said it's going to get worse, because it's a decline going on, and that is something where I say we have to repair the village, because it's going to be a steady decline if we don't change courses in our actions, in the way we think, in the way we're handling things. Well, if we continue on this path in 5 years, I would hate to see what would possibly be going on, because every year there's been a drop-off, and every year it gets worse and worse. And just when you thought you've seen it all, you really haven't seen it, because there's people right now exploding in areas where you would have thought you were at least safe in the emergency room. And I've seen that emergency area. There's always a safety vehicle over there. There's always sheriffs parked over there. And this person didn't even care. He just, whatever. I'm hoping that we can get a copy of that police complaint of the person that, I think they caught somebody. I think somebody's in custody over this. But what I'm saying is, I want to see the police complaint to understand why would you go in here and do something like this. I need to understand the mind frame behind this, because we're starting to see places that we thought were normally safe and not so safe. So keep your head on the swivel. That's why I say, like, you never know with the impulsive, emotional reactions that people are having. Yeah, 37-year-old is in custody. So I would love to see, hopefully we can get a police complaint on how or what led them there or what was the reasoning behind this. Also, we got to stay in the Marquette area where a Marquette University student was sexually assaulted. They got the suspect, Marquette University sexual assault suspect, appears in court. Let's get the video up on that. If you watch this rebroadcast live, we got video. Let's listen.
This is 34-year-old Tedrick Boone.
Any woman's worst nightmare.
Investigators believe Boone followed a Marquette student as she was walking home, held her at gunpoint, sexually assaulted her, and then robbed her in the early hours of February 18th.
The allegations in this complaint are extremely serious and even more so frightening.
Court Commissioner Barry Phillips disturbed at the allegations that the victim was just grabbed off the street.
The ones that we truly dread or fearful of are the ones where someone is just snatched off the street and allegedly raped by someone when they least expect it.
Investigators say Boone held the victim at gunpoint. That gun located here at 14th and Highland. Police say it was plastic. The criminal complaint tells us in the hours and days following the sexual assault, Boone searched Marquette University student raped at least 12 times on his phone. Investigators say he also searched for Milwaukee facial recognition as well as Marquette University dispatch calls. Investigators say it was DNA found on the victim that matched Boone and surveillance video matching his description that led to his arrest on February 26th.
It always brings me back to what happened to me.
Dawn Newberg tells me she was sexually assaulted in the 90s when she was 21 years old. While While TMJ4 does not typically identify sexual assault victims, Newberg now advocates for other victims.
I mean, it affects everything in my life. There isn't a day that goes by that I don't think about it.
She says word of what happened near Marquette will forever impact the survivor and the community.
When it happens so close to where you are, even with the individual being caught, that doesn't mean that those girls are just like, oh, okay, well, he's caught, everything's fine.
Boone was charged with 2 counts of 4th-degree sexual assault back in 2019, and the case was still open because he didn't show up to court.
It's so disturbing. It makes me sick to my stomach.
So a repeat offender. A repeat offender. Probably had a warrant because he didn't show up to court. Trash. Somebody that, these, snatching people up, doing this type of stuff. This is why I say, we always got to keep our head on the swivel. I always tell my baby girl, always don't be somewhere where you're listening to your headphones and not paying attention. Always be aware of your environment, like as much as you can, because what these people are doing, they're trying to look for what they say soft targets. People that are alone, that's probably not paying attention, where they could creep up, and So, like I said, I send my prayers up to the victim here in this situation. And, well, if this is a lesson that many times it's a constant reminder that you got to make sure that you keep your hand on the swivel. You just never know. And I'll tell you this, when we are out and about, there's always somebody watching, and you never know what they're watching for. So I'll throw that out there. And to me, sometimes there's no way you can avoid situations many times when it comes to somebody that's kind of focused on actually bringing harm. But I think that, if we could just make sure that we are being aware at all times of our environment, maybe we'll get a way or can find a way out or get a little heads up on how to maneuver in this situation. I always tell, I got daughters, and I hate to tell them that the world ain't fair, the life ain't fair. Don't be at parties drinking. Don't be somewhere where you somebody giving you drinks or try to avoid when you in public people doing weird stuff around you. Like, just make sure that you keep your head on the swivel, because that's the best thing you could tell these young women out here who many times are being looked at and viewed like this guy right here trying to rape, looking for a victim. Understand what I'm saying? Now they're getting young men too. Now a lot of young men are suffering in silence because they're not even reporting a lot of the situations that they're going through. A lot of these young men are embarrassed because they got raped. So I think that little boy and male rape is underreported. Also, I want to get to this story. Thieves are using key fobs to steal cars. And I told y'all, once they made the adjustment with the key and the Hyundais, there also is a way to get in these cars by trying to find the key fob or the master key fobs of the cars. And usually they'll break into car dealerships to get these key fobs, or they'll go in your house. It was a story a while back where a young man went into somebody's house on the east side, and I got a call from the homeowner that they're just after the key fobs now. Kia Boy ain't stopped. They just transferred the energy. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, they got a story on this. No broken windows. How thieves are using key fobs to steal cars. If you're watching this rebroadcast live, we got video. Let's listen.
Steve Traub had just gone out of town for a trip, but left his key fob inside his house. When he came back home to Wauwatosa, he noticed something was missing from his driveway.
It was one of those like, oh, did I leave my car at the airport, or like, you know what I mean? Did I get picked up somewhere? And then, after 30 seconds, I was like, no, it was definitely here in the driveway.
His Lexus that he had just recently bought was gone.
The initial thought was like, well, great. That's frustrating, because I owned that car for 105 days.
And he wasn't alone.
They stole 7 cars from our neighborhood. in a matter of, I think, like a few hours.
Instead of breaking windows, thieves are using devices that can copy or reprogram a key fob signal, unlocking vehicles in minutes.
The car itself, like, was totaled. It looks like they hit something. You know, you can see from the photos, like the front left end, like they bent the frame.
Now police are urging people to protect their key fobs using Faraday pouches.
Just like a Faraday pouch, you literally just take your key and slide it inside the pouch and close it. So if you were to have your key in this pouch and you walk out to your car immediately right now, your car will not unlock.
Without that protection, your car is more vulnerable to being stolen.
If someone was trying to open it, an alarm should go off. But when they trick your car into essentially you opening your own car.
Wow. These little geniuses out here. they just will not stop. They just learning. Who teaching them this? Who teaching them this? Like, okay, if you want to break into a car, I'm going to show you how to, engage with the key fob. Like somebody teaching these kids this. They getting the information from somewhere. Hey, if you want to chime into the conversation, was your car stolen like this? 833-212-1017. Like I said, when they switched over from the USB where they couldn't take the Kias and the Hyundais, they just seemed like they got more smarter. They say, forget all of that. We'll just trick the key fob into opening up the door. Hey, look, when we come back, we got Al on the lines, and we also got a story of a situation that happened on Titonian Capitol involving a family trying to, what looks like they were fighting to get their car back from a thief. We got live video on this. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. The Horizon League Conference Tournament has arrived, and it is win or go home. On Wednesday night, the Milwaukee Panthers head to Michigan to take on the Detroit Mercy Titans in the first round of the conference tournament.
Panthers with another takeaway. Aguilar with numbers left to right. Stevie Elam steps into a three and buries it.
Scott Warris has the coverage Wednesday starting at 5:30 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and the Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off happens at 6 o'clock. This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball weekly update on the new 1017 The Truth.
The City Conference Boys Championship game did not disappoint last weekend. In the Gold Division title game, the two-time defending conference champs, the Milwaukee Juneau Pioneers, went toe-to-toe with the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats. This game was a back-and-forth battle, but the Pioneers made the plays down the stretch to pull out a 76-72 win behind a great performance of Gonzaga recruit and junior player Dooney Johnson, who dropped 28 points in the victory. And in the Blue Division, the Golden Meyer Owls did what they have done all year long in conference play, is just win, as they defeated the Audubon Cardinals 87-79 behind a strong performance from their senior guard Caleb Colbert, clinching the Blue Division crown. And lastly, in the White Division, the Bayview Redcats left no doubt cruising past the Vincent Vikings 90-64 to win the White Division Conference Tournament.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball Weekly Update.
My overall experience with Gruber Law Offices has been phenomenal.
The treatment was excellent.
They will be supportive of you. They will listen to you.
It was a great experience knowing that I had people to help me.
I know I could count on them to do what I needed to get done.
Experience with Gruber was great.
They gave me my life back.
It was amazing.
He gets results.
We know how to win. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices had my best interests at heart.
Walk in for a suit, walk out with two. It's buy one, get one half off throughout March at Nick Avani's. Suits, blazers, hats, jeans, and more. Everything you need from a hands-on team that styles you from head to toe. Find a suit, add shoes for half the price. Land the perfect two-piece set? Now add a vest for 50% less. Prom, weddings, galas, whatever's on your calendar, now's the time to stop in to Nick Avani's. Second floor at Mayfair Mall across from AMC. Buy one, get one half off throughout March at Nick Avani's. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details.
At Varsity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together.
Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
One on one, 7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We've been talking about a couple things. Milwaukee becoming a sanctuary city. What does that mean for the city of Milwaukee? Also, we've been talking about parents that may be held accountable for the criminal activity of their children. Alderman in Chicago is writing up legislation on that very situation. If you want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. We got Al on the lines. How you doing, Al?
I'm doing. It seems to me that these little crump snatchers don't get the hit. So now you want to use key fobs. I feel like this. If you get caught stealing somebody's car, they should put an ice pick and a butcher knife through your hands and break your fingers. You knew goddamn well when you slid your ratchet ass up under that stairwell, it wasn't yours. And we don't give a damn about what you got going on at home. Steal from your mama. Don't steal from your daddy who created you and failed to raise you. We don't care about the excuses and the poverty excuses. See, you got all that intelligence, but you don't know how to go get an education. But you want to steal from somebody. That's why we got gentrification now. That's why we got the mud kickers coming in. So if you get caught stealing somebody's car, you get what you get. So if they beat you with a chain, beat you with some jumper cables, go upside your head and break a 2x4 across your head that your mama should have been doing any goddamn way. We shouldn't hear no tears about you stealing. You want to steal? Go steal from that white man. Go steal from your mama. Steal from your daddy. But when you go steal from somebody else on something that your mama not going to even pay for, and you ain't going to even apologize and laugh about it and get out in 24 hours, then you get what you get. So I have no care. I don't care whatever happened to them. If you steal somebody's car, you get your hair blown off, goddamn it, that's your goddamn fault. And y'all have a good day. Keep on. Because you're going to keep. And I hope they got a $7,000 life insurance policy, because some of your mothers don't even got a goddamn life insurance policy. But they know how to make chicken and rice and gravy for that man that's using her body as a goddamn toilet. But keep on stealing. When they bust your head, that's what you get. And shouldn't nobody be crying about somebody crumb-snatching bastard that wasn't raised right. That's why I would never be against abortion. Just one swallow, and it's gone.
Well, we got video. We got video of somebody, some people fighting for their car to get their car back off of Capitol in Towtonia. It was a Lexus going in circles that was making its way around social media, going viral. Somebody sent me this video, and the family did whatever they could to try to get this person out of the car, and tore the car up. So I don't know the full account of what took place, but they was fighting to get that car back. If you watching this, we broadcast live. We got video of this. This is a Towtonian Capitol.
They going crazy over here on Reno. Yeah.
I don't know if this. I don't know. Okay.
Make sure they don't
Oh, look at this. Oh, wow. If y'all watch it, bro, look at this car. They tore this car up trying to get their car back. They took matters into their own hands. I mean, just this is just crazy video. Somebody said this is Milwaukee. I mean, this sums it all up. Their family had to go get their own car back. They had to fight and pull this cat out the car. They going in circles, tearing the car up. We got live video. If you watch this, we broadcast live. All I'm saying is, wow, this is crazy. Crazy. Run it back one more time, Andrew, for those that's joining in. You can take the sound off of it. You can take the sound off of it. But you can run it while I'm talking. But what I'm saying is, like I said, this is a problem. People taking stuff that don't belong to them, and people are confronting the people that's in these stolen cars on their own. They said, police said the car owner and the person that was in the car got into a physical confrontation right at the intersection. This is just wild video. Let's get Stephanie on the lines. How you doing, Stephanie?
Hey, Tori, I was just calling about that. I was like, these kids just don't understand, like, how much, like, financial, situation they put us in when they steal in cars. Like, I always have insurance, but that's still a lot because you got to pay for them to even, before, pay your, not the co-pay, but I forgot what they call it when you have your insurance. You have to pay that and then get your car fixed. Well, then I'm thinking about people that don't have insurance. That's sad. People need their car for work and everything else.
Right.
I wish they just could understand that. That's just crazy.
Man, that was a wild video to watch. I mean, you could tell that they was fighting, holding on for their life because they could have got hurt in the process of trying to get their car back.
Right. Yeah. It's a lot. Like I said, financially, it's a lot, and then just like that's your car. Like you spent your hard-earned money to get a ride. So, if you don't have insurance, then your car just gone. And I saw that video, and that car was messed up. So it's a sad situation.
And like I said, I appreciate you for tapping in, Stephanie. But what I'll say is this. This is a problem. And, where's the parents? I mean, is this an adult? The guy looked like he was kind of tall. Like he could have looked like he was a little bit older. He had to be like 6'3" or something like that.
Looks like he could do the put the fork down challenge with us.
Right. I mean, like I said, whatever it is, all I'm saying is that this family had to take matters into their own hands and put their life at risk to get their own car back from this individual. Wow. Diabolical. This will mark Marquina Brown in the chat. Diabolical. We got Eddie on the lines.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
How you doing, Eddie?
Good day, Torilo. How you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing fine. How you doing, Eddie?
Good, Tori. I'm doing okay. I got a little ear problem going on, but other than that, I'm okay. So, Tori, I was lucky enough to experience some of Milwaukee's multiculturalism when I was carjacked and my car was shot up. With like 7 or 8 bullet holes, probably. Shot up, yeah. But I'm just truly grateful for
I'd love to read the police report on this.
Multiculturalism. But here's part of the problem, and I see this all the time. When these guys, when you're watching like YouTube or TikTok or one of the social medias, and they show the carjackers pulling the person out of the car, it's almost like they're offended. It's like the carjacker has the right to be offended at the victim. They're super aggressive, and they have no empathy for the victim at all. They act like this is their car. Get out of this car. I'm stealing it now. And that's something that your father, when you're growing up, your father keeps you in check about. But having empathy for other people, the sense of right or wrong, would you want this done to your grandfather, your grandmother, your mother, one of your brothers? And these kids aren't being taught that. Their egos and their narcissistic, self-centered behavior is so out of hand, Tori, that it hasn't been checked. And It's an issue, Tori. It's something that I'm willing to help the community out with. If I could write a guideline, a white paper on some of this stuff and how we can correct it the way I, Ed DeLuisa, want to correct it, I'd be happy to do so, Tori. It's going to cost you a case of Diet Coke.
Oh, wow.
Tori, on that note, I got to go. I'm up in Grafton, ready to eat, so I'll let you go.
All right. Thanks for tapping in. Be safe out there in Grafton. Here we go. On that note, we're going to run the break, and when we come back, we'll have more conversation. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Scammers will impersonate anyone. They make themselves look and sound like a trusted government agency, business, charity, celebrity, or even someone you know in real life. And technology has made it even harder to know who you're really talking to. We all need to stop and verify that requests are legitimate before we act on them. Learn more at datcp.wi.gov. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad. And I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Day 1, diagnosis day. The hardest day. The day you hear,
"I'm sorry, this is a type of blood cancer."
But day 1 is just one day. At the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, we are here to help you move past day 1.
On day 45, I discovered an online community who shared great tips for in-treatment care.
I missed a lot of school during treatment, and LLS helped me keep up.
We are here for you. We exist for everyone fighting leukemia, lymphoma, myeloma, and other types of blood cancer.
On day 185, LLS helped me file my insurance claims properly.
Day 5,840 and counting, and I'm still in remission.
To learn more and get help on day 1, day 2, day 983, or any day, please visit LLS.org or call 1-800-955-4572. That's LLS.org, 1-800-955-4572.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityInvestments.com. Former NFL player and former Washington Commanders president Jason Wright is now focused on building up women's sports. He's head of investments at Project Level, a private investment fund dedicated to women's sports at Ariel Investments. The fund recently reached $250 million, and Wright spoke to Bloomberg about what hitting that number means for Project Level.
Women's sports are the small caps of sports, and so $250 million puts us amongst, if not the largest women's sports fund in the world, and that allows us to get at scale in the cap table so that we can really bring what's unique to us, which is operational expertise, not just the ability to run a healthy P&L and EBITDA producing women's sports franchises and leagues, but also to bring the relational capital to get good deals done.
Wright also says the overarching goal at Project Level is to get women athletes paid more. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This sports update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Nazir Spencer. The Bucks are trying to recover from their back-to-back losses earlier this week. The Atlanta Hawks are in town as the Bucks need a win to get back into rhythm. Doc, after the loss on Monday.
And we've kind of lost our way, and I think it's on both ends. I think offensively we had a great rhythm, and we've done it in spurts in the last 3 games, but we haven't been able to sustain it.
Tip-off is tonight at 8:30. Brewers lost their special matchup against Great Britain 7-3. Their next game is against the Cubs for spring training. In college hoops, it's tournament time for UWM as they begin their Horizon League run against the Detroit Mercy. Last time these two played, Mercy won 91-86. Tip-off is tonight at 6. You can listen to the game right here on 101.7 The Truth. The Badgers and Golden Eagles begin their tournaments next week. Badgers host Maryland tonight at 7, while Marquette heads to Providence with tip-off at 6. I'm Nazir Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
On the streets, people just know he a beast. He cannot go and get beat. Every game type it repeat. Yeah, know how it go. He up in the news, you know how it go. He the KF, you know how to flow, you know he the flow. He be the Joe, he did the show.
The award-winning 101.7 The Truth is the proud home of Milwaukee Panthers basketball. It's college basketball tournament time. Tonight, the Horizon League Conference tournament heats up with the Panthers taking on the Detroit Mercy Titans. Scott Wars has the coverage at 5:30 p.m. 101.7 The Truth. Milwaukee Panthers Sports Network from Learfield. Tip-off is set for 6 p.m. Joining me on the lines, advocate, author Elizabeth Brown. How you doing, Queen?
Salute, King. Happy hump day.
Hey, happy Wednesday. I'll say this. Milwaukee is now declaring to be a sanctuary city. What does that mean for Milwaukeeans?
Nothing. There's no protection. Again, what do it mean to have sanctuary on anything when the regular people, the regular citizens not safe or don't feel safe or are suffering or are going without? Again, another mission statement that protects individuals. Who is it protecting? Because it's not protecting us.
I guess migrants and undocumented citizens.
Who's here illegally.
Right.
Who broke the law. But we being locked up every day for the illusion of breaking laws. For those who are truly breaking laws deserve to be locked up. But in reality, again, we really have to ask ourselves, the people that's fighting for it to be a sanctuary city, those of us who are being taxed to the max, where is the sanctuary for us? Where's the safety for us? A sanctuary is supposed to be somewhere where somebody's safe. The legal citizens, not safe. We not comfortable. We don't have housing. We're being preyed on health care, housing, jobs. I mean, you name it. So what do it mean to be a sanctuary city? And we need to look at these so-called, like I call them, the misleadership, the uncommon counsel, because there's nothing common about what they doing. Again, these are the same individuals when things go left for regular citizens, it's crickets. They don't have nothing to say. They're not doing anything to improve our lives as citizens. So again, another mission statement, another waste of time. And again, these are the individuals that's supposed to represent us. But again, what do sanctuary city mean?
They say local police don't enforce federal immigration laws and no ICE holds. They don't honor ICE detainer requests without a warrant. Access to service, undocumented immigrants can access city services like healthcare and education without fear of deportation.
Ain't that about to be? Okay. I mean, so we're in a community that preys on, we're talking about stop and frisk on Black Americans. We're seeing the out the outpour of how individuals in this community who are legal citizens can't get housing, being denied certain benefits. Um, where are the people that's rallying for the citizens of this city that's legally here? Because we got so many fires burning in our community. How the hell is this on the docket before housing, the housing crisis, before the elderly being put out, before the individuals who are being massively incarcerated, being held, and being returned back to this community with nothing? So you're telling me that this is on the docket, this came up on the docket with all the things that we're failing in. MPS school system, okay? Mass lead poisoning of children. We're talking about the police can bust down an American citizen that's driving while black, walking while black, drinking while black, doing cavity searches. And you telling me y'all got time to argue this with our tax dollars? Make it make sense.
Hey. Also, a Chicago councilman is putting together legislation where they're saying that parents should be held responsible for families with children committing crimes or, engaging in criminality.
Tori, again, like, when we can get a grasp, when we have all of these people, again, this is why we have to really tap in. We have to tap in because these are individuals that our tax dollars is paying for. They're finding so many ways to violate the violated. Okay. When we're talking about, they're talking about charging families whose children are out here committing crimes, but the Epstein files, ain't nobody went to jail for that. For the people who are committing crimes on the children. Like, I mean, it's diabolical. It's diabolical to me. Like, we reaching with no hands.
Well, Randy West in the chat says, the parent question, if the parents and children get locked up, what kind of lifestyle do we think will lead to once they get out? Now both have nowhere to go, lost everything.
At the end of the day, King, first of all, when we talking about parents, because, I mean, let's get literal, okay? Because how many families have we helped who fighting CPS, okay? When we're talking about parenting, I'm talking about when I go to the school or go to the doctor, they saying that I don't have a right to be in there with my daughter, that she can be in there by herself. And these are the same individuals that tell you that you can't chastise your children. But now you want to charge me for what it is that they doing, but I can't discipline my child without them being able to call the police and you coming to get me? Talking about child abuse? You're talking about the same parents that you're saying can't go in the room with their children at the doctor's office unless your child say it's okay. You gonna lock me up. For the same parent that you told the kids if they get disciplined at home that they can call you or call the police and I can be charged with abuse. First of all, let's figure out what power do the parent have, okay? When it comes to this system, because it's the same system that told our children that they got rights. That they don't have to be in the house at 10 o'clock. Matter of fact, right here on the Tori Lowe show, you had a mother who came in who was begging for help with her son. Pleading because she said her son was out here causing harm and they turned her away. So this same mother can be charged for what her son do, even though she went to the same system who told her son that he had rights. Again, it's the confusion for me. Our hands tied or our hands not tied? Okay? Can we be parents or technically this same government who has, again, created all of this? Created all of it. And at the end of the day, we got individuals who sitting up on our dime to tax us for something our children doing, knowing that the majority of the children that they're looking at is in the so-called single parent home who mama working 3 jobs just to be broke. Like I said, at the end of the day, if Truth Nation can figure it out, tap Liz Brown in, because apparently I just don't know. Either I don't know, I don't show, or I just don't give a damn. Okay?
Hey, look, when we come back, I want to get your final thoughts on this show today, Elizabeth Brown. Truth Nation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Coming with straight truth.
We can do anything when it comes to being organized, when it comes to making sure that we're active, when it comes to making sure that we're holding people accountable and making sure that we get something out of the deal. Y'all don't know how to make deals. Y'all mad at Donald J. Trump because he's trying to make deals or trying to say that he's the master of the art of the deal. Well, okay, what deals is you trying to make?
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball weekly update on the new 1017 The Truth.
The City Conference Boys Championship game did not disappoint last weekend. In the Gold Division title game, the 2-time defending conference champs, the Milwaukee Juneau Pioneers, went toe-to-toe with the Milwaukee Hamilton Wildcats. This game was a back-and-forth battle, but the Pioneers made the plays down the stretch to pull out a 76-72 win behind a great performance of Gonzaga recruit and junior player Dooney Johnson, who dropped 28 points in the victory. And in the Blue Division, the Golden Meyer Owls did what they have done all year long in conference play, is just win, as they defeated the Audubon Cardinals 87-79 behind a strong performance from their senior guard Caleb Colbert, clinching the Blue Division crown. And lastly, in the White Division, the Bayview Redcats left no doubt cruising past the Vincent Vikings 90-64 to win the White Division Conference tournament.
This has been your Milwaukee Public Schools City Conference Basketball weekly update.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
If you ain't know, I get the pesos.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Elizabeth Brown, another powerful powerful conversation today. Let me get your final thoughts.
I mean, again, King, like I said, we really have to go to thinking. I'm just sitting back, like, we got these politicians who coming up with these ways to charge whole families. We know as Black people, especially in the city of Milwaukee, that's majority massively incarcerating Black men, women, and children, that we didn't see decades of fathers and sons doing time in prison. We understand the dynamic, but again, at the same time, with the mass incarceration in the United States, but especially in Wisconsin, we talk about America being free, but every time you turn around, it's about locking somebody up. So I'm saying, like, everything that they put in front of us, they do, it's the opposite. The reality of it is today, what we're talking about again coincides with everything we talk about every day. And that's the fact that we can no longer continue to listen to the mission statement when the actions is the total opposite. Okay. Today you brought up a major move that these politicians that supposed to represent those of us that are American citizens, those of us who have bled, that continue to bleed, continue to work our fingers to the bone, those of us who continue to get up every day and try to be righteous. We have individuals in there fighting for somebody who broke the law. Anytime we're talking about the Black community, they make it seem like that's all we do. We're not law-abiding citizens. Like we haven't fought against dogs, been hoes, been raped, been robbed, being sold, being misled. Okay, these are the same individuals who are fighting for somebody who illegally came here, while those of us who are legally from here can't get no relief. We're coming out of the pandemic where these individuals who broke the law here came here, got housing. I'm talking about in good neighborhoods, got vouchers. They were turning down food in five-star hotels where they refused food. Okay, was able to get EPT cards that we heard $5,000 a month. Where me and you done fought and sat and listened to mother after mother stating that she couldn't even get $200 worth of food stamps. That she went to a system to ask for help, and the only thing they could do for us take her kids and give them to somebody else, and give the people who they gave them to in River Hills in Brookfield $10,000 a head. Like we really have to make sure we're paying attention and looking at these individuals who supposed to represent us. They could have stood up and made. It's so many fires in the city of Milwaukee right now. They fighting for people who done broke the law illegally to be here, and especially those that look like us, the skin folk that ain't kinfolk. As many L's that we're taking in the city of Milwaukee, being Black, being righteous, and trying to do the best we can, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and at the same time being taxed to the max with no representation. These people are representing somebody who didn't even vote for them because they're illegally here. The question is, what the hell are they doing for the people who voted for them?
Well, this is a classic example where I say you see how the South Side handle things for their constituents, and we
Period.
and our representatives. When it comes to handling the things on our side of town, we still waiting for the potholes to get picked up. We still, scratching
the
our
leaves
heads
from
on,
last fall.
Hey, so what I'm saying is, when I first started the show, I said, it's a lot I can say about this, but all I'm going to say is the Common Council president is Jose Perez. The Southside aldermen, Jocasta, all of those people, they going to push their agenda for their people.
Period.
And many times when we get on the north side, we still wondering what we getting out of having a lot of people that look like us on the Common Council now, and and in the mayor's position. So when we kind of formulate what are we getting from the people we elect in these positions, we still scratching our heads. But if you ask the South Side residents what they getting from their Common Council members, they can start unfolding policies and things like that. And even with this situation that's mostly affecting the Southside community, now they got Milwaukee to be a sanctuary city, so the local officers don't even approach the illegals.
But they still approaching us.
Hey, I'm just saying.
Okay.
But look at the difference in leadership and what they command from those that they put in office, and look at what we command from those that we are putting in office, or what we get.
Clearly, we're not commanding anything because we're not getting anything.
Okay,
and
that's all I'm
we're still allowing these individuals to sit down. There is no second guessing. There is no we don't have a damn thing to show for it. Like I said, this is on the docket. As long as we've been suffering in this city to have a majority Black council, uncommon council that's supposed to be representing the constituents, like you said, the street still got potholes in it. We still lacking on housing. As much as the violence was up, every vigil that we went to, wasn't none of these people showing up. Everybody talking a good game. We talking about the chief of police Black. I mean, again, we're in the worst place we've ever been, if you ask me. Okay, and we have individuals that look like us. The wheat, the tear that's mixing with the wheat to try to represent like they doing us a favor. Out of all the things they could have been fighting for to try to give us some type of relief, Tori, they made this happen.
Hold on, I look up on the news, and I thought she was Black. I guess she now she's Jamaican now. I thought she was Black, but I guess she's Jamaican, and she had the loudest voice for this. You know what I mean? And her district suffered. Like I said, hey,
again,
you know, I'm watching. I'm just watching.
Hey.
And you know, I wish they had that kind of power and energy for the things on the north side. But hey, I seen this news article today, and I guess I said, did people know that she was gonna claim she was Jamaican when she was running for office? I don't know.
You know she didn't.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Again, reality check.
Maybe she did. But what I'm saying is, I heard a strong, like, we got to get this done on the behalf of these illegal undocumented people. But then when it come to our situation, people sleeping in situations where they ain't got no heat, the elders screaming on the news and all of this stuff. Hey, I didn't hear that kind of energy for that. So I'm just saying.
Hey, when we found Black women and children and living in storage units, okay? Crickets. But again,
hey,
until we change it, it ain't gonna change.
Well, like I said, Elizabeth Brown, my eyebrow went up. They got a lot of energy for ICE.
Come on.
But not a lot of energy for stop and frisk. That's all I'm saying.
Come on. I'm talking about black men being violated on these stops. Nothing.
All right, well, I appreciate you for tapping in today, Elizabeth Brown. Hey. Sometimes you got to shake your head to stop from crying.
Hey. Salute, King.
All right.
One love.
Talk to you soon. All right, Truth Nation. Thank y'all for tapping in. What's going on in the poll, Andrew? Well, how did the poll end?
70% say yes, Tori.
That parents need to be held accountable. 70%. All right. Hey. Okay. Well, look, I appreciate everybody for tapping in to the show today. We had a lot going on the show. I got to go decompress. Hey, look, keep your head on the swivel. Green don't always mean go and look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.